Life is a journey we must all embark on. The journey can be a path we choose to take, adjusting to circumstances and crossroads along the way. Or it can be a plan with a predestined route we choose to follow to reach the final goal. In the end, what ties the two together is the journey, and deciding to take the first step. I've taken many steps throughout my life to bring me to this point, and now as a sophomore studying abroad at Leipzig, I will tell you about my last few. Throughout life, as we make choices and then live by those choices, we begin to discover ourselves more and more. I was born into a world far removed from the US, Kenya. It was here I was given the name Kipruto, meaning born on a journey. After a bountiful childhood and upbringing in Africa, I faced my greatest crossroad. As a student seeking to discover both personal identity while remaining aware of my larger global community, I was struggling to find an environment that encouraged this notion. College can be the most formative years of an intellectual's life, establishing a base and starting block for one's future. University is a place that should not only challenge a student, but also demand their best. A great college bestows more than information on the student. An excellent college changes the student. It was this change that I hoped and longed to experience while studying abroad, demanding I enter one way and leave undisputably different. And believe me, I am. This trip forces one to recognize and accept parts of our global identity and adjust our perspectives as our surroundings and world evolve. Diversity is one of the many things one will be thrown into, and you can either sink or swim. You'll see things that you never imagined possible, hear languages you never thought you would hear, and encounter people you never thought you would. Diversity is not about the hundreds of things that make us different, but celebrating those things that make us unique. All the things that separate us culturally, ethnically, and racially help to create a beautiful mosaic of humanity. The concept of diversity is not hard to understand or see in our world. All you have to do is look around and you will start to see that our world is more than black and white. It is full of hundreds of factors that color, form, and shape us, and those factors diversify our population. Diversity is opening your eyes to the world and viewing our differences as a means of unification, not separation. The differences, no matter how far removed from one's norm, are a vital tool to understanding a much larger puzzle. You remove one piece and the grandeur of a 1,000-piece puzzle suffers. You do that with a 7 billion piece puzzle, and you will begin to certainly notice how small our differences are, and yet how important that one piece is to creating the final image. I would define diversity not as the tool that so often separates humanity, but rather the glue that holds us together and allows our society the privilege of being different and unique while still one and the same in the Creator's masterpiece. The Germans were able to overcome it and now have a stronger nation than ever. Leipzig started their cry for change and unity by taking up their candles and marching around the city in a fight for peace and freedom. Berlin set chisel and hammer to the wall, and 13 American students are now able to live in former Eastern Germany. This experience has taught me that no matter how unimaginable this adventure was in the height of the Cold War, the determination and character of humanity has allowed great wonders to occur. You hear it said, "The past does not matter." I could not disagree more with that statement. Throughout my experiences, I would say the past does matter. It explains the present. Our past helps to explain how we got from point A to point B, from Abilene to Leipzig. So much of one's past is molded and formed by the diversity they may or may not have had the privilege to experience. In my case, I would hope that my past and interactions with whatever forms of diversity I have had would allow me an opportunity to inform others of the value in our differences and celebrate them. I often feared I was going to go 4 years and live an average college life. I could not have been more wrong. I set out on an adventure with some of my best friends, and even met some strangers along the way that would grow to be family. Germans I now call brothers and sisters, and ACU students who will be by my side for the rest of my life. Leipzig has been my story. I encourage you to make it yours. I left Abilene December 15th for an 8-month journey that would take me in and through 4 continents, 9 countries, 45 cities, on 17 flights, numerous trains, countless trams, and several hundred miles on foot. And that's only 4 months in. I did not know what was in store for me or what I was leaving behind. I only knew I had to go. I had to take that first step. Now I look back on where that single action has taken me, and I want to ask, where will yours take you?